Hello everyone, it's your old friend Ariel. Hope you're doing well on this Monday, June 21st, 2021. Typically for the past 10 plus years, we've talked in some way, shape, or form almost every single Monday. Obviously, this Monday, I'm not doing any show, but I thought it would be a good time and an apropos day to tell you what I'll be doing next. I'm finally ready to share this very exciting news with all of you. It has been quite the past few months, almost a year of my next move being on my mind, and it's a strange feeling to know that for the most part it's all done and I can move on, and I'm extremely excited about this next chapter or chapters in my life. So I know for the last 2 weeks it's been a little secretive. I know I've played coy a little bit. The reason for that is not because I was trying to do, something coy or play games or lead you astray. It's because I just couldn't say anything because nothing was done just yet. But late last week, everything became finalized. I felt like Monday would be a good day to share with all of you. And before I share everything with all of you, I just wanted to sincerely thank everyone for everything that they've written to me, said to me over the past couple of weeks since I shared the news that I'll be leaving ESPN. The words, I can't even describe how they make me feel. And I've always felt like I've had a special connection with the audience and the MMA community, and this just confirmed it. It's been a very humbling and a very touching last couple weeks, and mixed emotions, of course, because you all know how much working at ESPN meant to me, and of course working with the likes of Daniel Cormier and Chael Sonnen and the production team. Again, I just want to reiterate, no hard feelings. I was worried that I would have hard feelings, but I feel nothing but peace and love in my heart towards ESPN, and I wish everyone over there the best. And like I said a couple weeks ago, I was offered an opportunity to stay, but I looked around and I saw some really intriguing things out there, and I decided to turn down that offer and to move on. But again, no hard feelings, and I will be a fan from afar, and I will be still a part of the MMA scene. So let me explain, as I just wanted to say off the top how much I appreciate everyone's questions and queries and concerns about my future. All is good. I'm very excited. And when I was, thinking about this next step for me, and I was thinking about what I wanted to do, a few things came to mind. Independence came to mind, being able to speak freely about what is on my mind, speak freely about the sports that I'm covering, not necessarily be tied to any one particular outlet or have any potential conflicts. I really was craving independence. I was craving creativity, the opportunity to flex my muscles creatively and work with people who would inspire me and push me. And I was also craving the opportunity to work with several different people. Working at ESPN was the first time where I was exclusive to one particular outlet. And while that was good for what it was, and the opportunity to do NBA and everything that came along with it was fine, no regrets, absolutely none. I really wanted to, as I have put it over the last few months, create a puzzle for myself where I can work with different people and scratch several itches. So this is what I have come up with. This is what I'll be doing for the foreseeable future. And I'm going to build it up here because there's several things that I'll be doing, and I want to give everything equal time. So hope you bear with me. The first thing that I'll be doing is I will be dusting off my old YouTube channel. I started this YouTube channel several years ago, almost 12 years ago, I think, when I first started. I haven't really touched it for about 10 years. It's just Ariel Helwani, youtube.com/Ariel Helwani. And I wanted to resurrect that, so to speak, because I wanted to do interviews with everyone outside of the MMA world. So I'll be doing a weekly show / podcast. I'll be available on my YouTube channel in video form, an interview series, if you will. And then also it will be available wherever you get your podcasts. Interviews with authors, different athletes, pro wrestlers, musicians, actors, people outside of the world of sports, anyone, any interesting person from any walk of life, I'll be talking to them. And this is kind of a throwback to how I started my career. This is my opportunity to show people that I'm not just an MMA interviewer, that I'm not just a combat sports guy, that I can speak to a comedian, I can speak to a musician, a boxer, an author, a child prodigy, a chess player, whatever. I'm really looking forward to this. So this will be the Ariel Helwani show on my personal YouTube channel. I'll be working with, different companies, but it will be completely independent and my own little sandbox, if you will, to show people that, I'll be able to talk to the best of them out there and to show people that I have a lot more to me than just being an MMA guy. So that's my own little personal thing that I'll be, starting up again. And I urge you all to resubscribe or subscribe for the first time to youtube.com/Ariel Helwani. That will be starting in the fall. The second thing that I'll be doing is I'll be launching my own Substack. If you're unfamiliar with Substack, it's a tremendous company. And what I loved about these guys were, and I want to thank Dan from Substack for the opportunity. It's, again, own personal sandbox, write about, MMA, other things as many times as I want. It's a newsletter, gets right to your inbox whenever something is published. And that URL is arielhelwani.substack.com. It is live right now. You can put in your email. You can sign up now. This is something that Substack has, been around obviously for several years, and a lot of writers are starting to join Substack. Anyone can join Substack. Anyone can write for them, start their own newsletter. I'll be a part of their Substack Pro program. And of course, if you know a little bit about Substack, some of the content is behind a paywall. Now, I've never asked anyone to pay for my content, and this was something that I, wrestled with. And so what I came up with was, for the first year that I'll be with Substack and writing all of my stuff on the Substack platform, I'm going to give 100% of the proceeds that I make off of the subscriptions to Colorectal Cancer Canada. This is a charity that is run and founded by my father-in-law. He is a colon cancer survivor, multiple-time colon cancer survivor. This is a charity that is near and dear to my heart because my father-in-law founded. Also, it's based in Montreal, Quebec, Canada, my hometown. Unfortunately, several years ago, my uncle, Joe, passed away from colon cancer. So I wanted to give all the money to charity that will be generated from the subscriptions. Now, Substack will make their own money off of it, but as far as the money that is owed to me that would be coming my way, 100% of that money will go to Colorectal Cancer Canada. That's where I'll do my writing, before events, after events, unfiltered thoughts, sort of like the notebook thing that I was doing for ESPN.com for a while, and I'm very excited to have that freedom to write about, whatever I want from any angle that I want, how many times a week that I want. So that'll be the second thing that I will be doing. The third thing that I will be doing is working with BT Sport. I am so excited about this. I have long thought that BT Sport is, in terms of MMA coverage right now, they are at the very top of the list. Their promos are the gold standard in this sport. I've said that time and again. It's almost like an event now when the promos come out. It's unbelievable what they're doing. Their fight week coverage is great. Their social media is great. And I've always had a really strong connection with the European fans. And I am so excited to be a part of, this European outlet, but I consider them a global outlet as well. And for them, I'll be doing something really fun. Going out on the road, doing sit-down interviews, long-form interviews, mini docs, a lot of the stuff that I used to do back in the day. I'll be doing that with BT Sport. And I'll even be dabbling a little bit in their WWE coverage and boxing coverage as well. This is going to be so much fun. I'm so thankful to Mark and his team for the opportunity. And it's really an honor and a privilege to call BT Sport one of my homes because I am such a fan of their work, of their content. And like I said, I have, I've been watching from afar, and now to get the opportunity to work with them is going to be great. On MMA coverage, also, like I said, WWE boxing, and to do some of those, longer form, in-person, sit-down interviews, mini docs, things like that, was such a great, outlet that is synonymous with top quality stuff. That to me is a dream. Supremely excited about that opportunity as well. The fourth thing that I will be doing is I will be having an exclusive podcast with Spotify, and it will be under the Ringer umbrella. I want to thank the incomparable Bill Simmons for this opportunity. It's been great getting to know him for the past few months. And this is, I mean, obviously Spotify and their founder, Daniel, they're doing incredible things. Daniel, by the way, a huge MMA fan. I've gotten to know him a little bit as well, Daniel Eck, and I'm just such a fan of what Spotify is doing in the podcasting space. And so what I'll be doing for them is, I don't know if you've seen recently, they recently launched their new live audio platform called Green Room. And so after all the major MMA events, I will be going on there, perhaps with some friends in the future, and we will be talking pre-fight. So during the weigh-ins, we'll do a live show, take callers, use that as our weigh-in show, but also our preview show on the Friday before a major event. And then immediately after the event is over, Saturday night, seconds after they go off air, we're back on the Green Room. Tweet out the link. Don't worry, you'll know where to find me. And we'll be live, taking your questions, reacting. Something that I've always wanted was, a Sunday morning podcast after a big event. And so what's great about this is if you didn't catch it live, both the Friday show and the Saturday night show, they'll be made into podcasts exclusively on Spotify. And so you'll be able to download them, listen to them whenever you want. You wake up Sunday morning after an event, you'll have a podcast there. Friday afternoon, Friday evening, Saturday morning, you'll have a pre-show there as well. This is going to be great. I love the live component, but I also love being affiliated with Spotify and having that immediate post-fight show and that pre-show as well. We're also going to do after breaking news podcasts. So let's say something happens on a Friday night. Let's say something happens on a Tuesday night. Major news, fight, announcement, cancellation, this guy signs, whatever. Pop on there, do a live show on Green Room. It gets turned into a podcast. Everyone gets to enjoy it. Usually it would be like, oh, something happens on Wednesday, I have to wait till Monday to talk about it. Now, something happens Thursday night, boom, I go on there, we talk, we answer calls, we react, podcast goes up, you'll get it Thursday night, Friday morning. It's going to be great. So I'm really looking forward to that. And again, thank you to Bill Simmons. It's an honor to be affiliated with the Ringer brand, which is an incredible media company. And then, of course, Spotify as well. It's something that I'm really excited about. So thank you very much to them. That's the fourth thing that I'll be doing. Finally, the last thing that I want to share is the last thing that I'll be doing. And when I was looking around, when I was doing a lot of soul searching, I've talked here to all of you about being happy, about being around people that make you happy, about having support, about doing what you love, about only having, one life to live, all that stuff and more. For the last few months, I've been doing a lot of soul searching, and I've been trying to figure out what I want in life and who I want to work with and what I want to be all about, who I want to surround myself with, and what truly makes me happy. And when I was talking to a bunch of people, and by the way, I'd be remiss if I don't thank all the people that I've talked to over the past few months. It's been incredible to see the interest and to pick the brains of many brilliant people. It's just been a very memorable experience, and at times a little tiring, but I really appreciate everyone's time and interest, and it was really hard to kind of whittle it down to this little puzzle. But when I was talking to people, I kept going back to, what do the fans want from me? And like I said, I've always felt like I work for the fans. What do the fans want from me? What do they want out of me? I never had any intentions of leaving MMA, of doing something outside of the world of MMA. I love this sport, and I'm more bullish on this sport than ever before. I adore this sport. And I love the fighters and the characters and the stories. And I feel like this sport is just getting started. It's just scratched the surface. And so I started to think about what I wanted. And I started to think about what fans would say to me and what they want from me. And there's been one constant in my life since I left MMA fighting 3 years ago. And that was, I would consistently hear from fans, when are you bringing back the MMA Hour? When are you bringing back the longer shows? When are you bringing back the longer interviews, the in-studio interviews, all that stuff and more? I've heard it from the day that I left MMA fighting up until this morning. not a day goes by. Someone on the street, DM, whatever, that's what I hear. And so when I was talking to a lot of people, I kept trying to recreate all of that, of course, because I felt like that's what the fans wanted, but it never quite felt right. And so I thought to myself, why don't I just go back home? Why don't I just go back and do the show that I loved so much, that was a part of my life for 9 years? You remember when I was crying on that last show, 2018, June 11th, 2018? It broke my heart to leave because we had just launched this new era, built a new studio, new set, and it truly broke my heart to leave that. And so I kept thinking to myself, why don't I just go back? And so I'm extremely proud. I'm extremely honored. I feel privileged to say that I'm going back home, that the MMA Hour finally, 3 years later, is back in your life. Beginning August 16th of this year, so in a little less than 2 months, the MMA Hour will be back under the Vox Media umbrella with MMA Fighting. The old set, the old logo, new podcast feed, by the way, which will be up momentarily, but it's all going to look very familiar. But there's a twist. MMA Hour used to be a Monday show, and it will be back on the MMA Fighting YouTube channel every Monday, 1 p.m. Eastern. I'll be there, interviewing the biggest names, talking about the sport we love so much, hours after the biggest events. But we're not just going once a week. We're now going twice a week, every Monday and Wednesday at 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific, 5 or 6 overseas. You get the drill. Same time slot, same spot, twice a week now, the MMA Hour in your life. I can't wait. This is what I wanted, and I'm so thankful to Jim Bankoff and the entire team at Vox and MMA Fighting for bringing me back, for welcoming me back. And here's a lesson for all of you. Never burn a bridge when you leave, because you don't know what this crazy world, how it will all play out and where it will lead you. And so, I know some people are going to be surprised, but it became very clear to me a couple months ago that this is where I wanted to be. I wanted to be around my old friends, my old colleagues, doing my old show in the studio and set that I loved so much, that broke my heart to leave. I felt like that's what you all wanted. And even in the last 2 weeks, that's what I heard. Bring back the old show, bring back the old show. Now, I didn't hear a lot of people saying, go back. So I might have swerved all of you, but I am so excited to get rolling. So going to take a bit of a break here. The first show will be August 16th of this year, so in a little less than 2 months, and then it'll be, the second show will be August 18th, and then we'll go rolling from there. Most of the stuff that I'll be doing will start in mid-August. I think there's a big fight coming up July 10th. You may have heard about this fight. I'm going to pop up and do a couple of things around that, more on that in the coming days and weeks. But for the most part, in earnest, I will resume my activities in August. I've never taken a break like this before, and I felt like I needed it, for my my mind and my soul and my body, and for my family, going back to Canada to see my parents finally after, more than a year and a half of not seeing them, and my in-laws, almost 2 years it's been since we haven't seen them. So I'm very, very excited about that. But I truly feel peace in my heart. I feel love in my heart. I feel welcomed. I feel warmth. And I feel like this is what you wanted from me. And I feel like after some soul searching, this is what I wanted as well. The great thing about this situation is I have, freedom to continue to do other things as well. Couple things in the oven, nothing to really announce. And I feel like this is enough right now. And I'm so excited. And in conclusion, and I'm sorry for keeping you so long, but I had a lot that I wanted to say, and I usually go over an hour on Mondays anyway. I wanted to thank my old agents at CAA for everything they did for me to get me to this point. Matt and Nick and Matt and Tom. And I want to thank, and I hate using the word agents. I'd prefer business partners. I'd really like to thank my new business partners over at ICM, Kristen and Lou and Will and Mark, for everything they did for me over the last couple months. We're new together, but they really helped me navigate this situation, and I couldn't be more thrilled to be working with them, alongside them. And also want to thank my family for enduring all my headaches and wishy-washiness and complaining over the last few months. And most importantly, once again, to all of you for your support, your love, your continued support, and for just always having my back. I've said it a million times. I don't know why we have such a strong, bond. And I know there's haters, and I know there's people that, root for my failure, but I know there are way more people who want me to succeed and who have my back. And I felt it these last 2 weeks, and I continue to feel it. And I just can't wait till we get rolling in this new era, because it feels like the old Helwani is coming back, independent Helwani. It feels like the old Helwani who can say whatever he wants, however he wants, to whomever he wants, is coming back, and I have missed that guy. I can't wait to get rolling. In August, MMA Hour, Spotify, BT Sport, Substack, own YouTube/podcast show, interviewing people outside of the MMA world. It almost feels surreal to me. Somehow the puzzle worked. Somehow I got to work with people that inspire me, who I respect dearly. Somehow it all got figured out, and I feel excitement that I haven't felt in my soul and my body for quite some time. So I'm going to wrap this up. Keep it locked. I'm not going anywhere. Yes, I'll be not doing shows, and I'll be leaving you hanging, and I feel very guilty about that for the next couple months, but I'll still be on social media, and I'll pop up here and there. Don't worry. You ain't getting rid of me. And then get ready for some really great stuff beginning, like I said, in earnest in August. Can't wait. So excited to announce this, to share this with all of you. I'll stop with the games now. I'm so excited to be back home. I'm so excited to be with Spotify, with BT, with Substack, with YouTube, with all that stuff. It's going to be great. I'm out of here. Thank you for listening. Sorry this was so long, but I had a lot to say, and I am so excited. Have a great Monday. Have a great day. Have a great week. Have a great summer, and I'll be back soon. Thanks for watching.